Hello everyone. On this tutorial we will learn about data grid. In any database program, data grid is a very important component. Sorry, we forgot to mention about that in earlier videos. So let's begin by giving ourselves some space here, and let's find data grid view, drag it onto the form, let's close it, make some space, and we will need one button to load data grid. We will name this button load data grid, and say load grid. Okay, let's run the program, and we click the button. Nothing happened. And note the data grid doesn't even have any columns or rows. We have to code ourselves. We can do that by in design view as well, in option, but let's code everything and not complicate matters. So we double click the button load data grid, and code for data grid is generated. We collapse this, and let's give ourselves some space over here so we know we're only working on this part. Basically this load combo box, where it is this, yeah, we can just copy this code because it's a select code, and data grid also will run on select code for now, and this load grid button, and we can paste the code here. So yeah, everything remains same. Connect to the database, connection and command, and we don't need this OLE reader. Instead we will need a new command here. We know, and we will want this combo box clear. Now let's start working from here. Okay, the way the data grid will function is it will connect to the database and load the table. You type in the query, select all data from the table, and store the data in memory of your C# application. The in-memory application where it will store is called data adapter, and no, it's called data table. And we will need one more thing, data adapter, which will communicate between the in-memory data, which is on data table, against the database. So if there is any changes, it will update, it will write data back and forth and everything. So let's start by defining a data adapter. It's also OLEDB dot data, no, not command, data, sorry, OLEDB data adapter. Let's say D adapter equals new data adapter, brackets, like that. Also we will need in-memory copy of that the data, in-memory copy of the data, so it will be data table, data db table. No, that's what is wrong here. Data table is actually not part of this OLEDB adapter. It's part of our main application, so it's data table. Yeah, data table d table equals new data table. Sorry, set. We done here, and we will need to make this data adapter run on our existing connection. So here we will type the command text, cmd dot command text on cn is the connection. I know it's complicated, but it will remain same all the time, so don't need to worry. So this will run this command on this connection like so, and get data from the database into our data table, but it did not fill the data table yet, so we have to write one more command here, which is the adapter fill. dot fill with D table, like so. This is the basically when we wrote execute reader or execute non-query in data adapter is the fill method. So basically that in memory copy of data table gets filled here. So all the data from the database now is extracted from the database using our SQL statement here and got filled into this data table. Now let's put this data into the combo box. If we run our load grid method, nothing will happen because data actually got filled into this data table, but it's not showing into the combo box. So we have to individually define rows of the combo box. To do that, we type name of our data grid view, which is data grid view 1, I guess. Dot, we need to add columns, dot columns dot add, like so. And the columns we need to add is sorry about that. So basically in the add we need to type the column name, which is first name, and we should put comma here, and now we need to type the name we want to appear on the grid column itself. So let's type it which is first name, so it will appear like this, and we have to close inverted commas. Everything looks fine. If we run our command, click the button, as expected it looks proper first name, it got populated, but the data did not come in. So we need all our 3 columns here. So let's do it, copy paste. We just type in what's the second name, last name, and then it's phone number. And obviously for the column name we need last name, C, first name, last name, first name. Yeah, so basically yeah, it works right as expected. Phone number. Now one problem you will see is that if we keep on pressing the button, it will generate columns multiple times, like we did we found in the combo box. So we need to, before adding the columns, we need to see if any existing columns are there. We need to clear it. Columns dot clear, clear method. Basically now you're starting to get how this programming works. So now if we load, set, see this phone number is getting wrapped here because we need to increase space of this column. To do that, we actually do is we can increase column width of particular column, dot column width, I guess, dot column dot width, width. No, we have to define which columns width we want to expand. For this start with 0, so this is column 0, this is column 1, this is column 2. We can write down the column name as well, dot width, which is equals to, its value is in pixels, so we can just guess the number and see how long it is. So let's try it 200 and let's see how it works. 200 seems fine, so we will go with 200. Also, if you don't want to write these numbers which confuses you, we can just copy the column name as well. Copy the column name and instead paste the column name, so it knows column by column name, same thing. See, no problem. Now let's fill in the data from our data table into our columns. To do that, we do data grid view dot rows dot add, like so. So the rows we need to add will be coming from our data table. So yeah, the row we will need to add in our data grid view will be coming from our data table. So we write dtable dot rows dot add. No, of course not add, coming from there. So we write row number 0 and obviously name of the row, which is face name. I don't know, it's getting a bit confused, but it works like that. It's not confusing at all. So yeah, of course we have to get the name in inverted commas, like so. Okay, so yeah, data grid view will get row number 0 from face name column. Of course, load, yes, and for continuation we can put a comma here, and let's save time and copy this line and paste it, put a comma, paste again, and for this we have slash name, and this we have phone number. See, all filled up nicely. Now to fill all the rows from the table, we have to loop this line, and for this exercise let's try another looping method, which is called a for loop. So we type for tab, and the for loop is done for this line we need to loop. So we put it over here in the looping. It says for I equals 0, which is starting at 0. So for I equals 0, so for 0 we fill in this variable I, where's I, and then put I over here, I. So this is 0 for now. I is 0. So first line will run, and we need to run until I gets the end of our data table. So length would be then length would be end of our data table. So data table dot rows dot count. This is the method which will basically get this won't be there, right? Let's see here. So we start from I 0, so we filled I here. For now I is 0, so this line will run, then I will become 1 and another row will be added, and I will become 2, so on until we get last row of our data table. And after running each row, this I plus plus means we add 1 to I. So first time it will run, I would be 0, this run will run. Second time I will get 1 plus, so I will be 1. Next time I will be 2, 3, until it gets end of our data table row. It's not very confusing. It looks confusing for the first time. Let's run this code and we'll load the grid and all data comes in. Okay friends, that's how grid view works. I know this tutorial is getting a bit complicated, so try it on your own and you will get the hang of it. We will probably continue. Let's see what we do in the next video tutorial. Thanks for now. See you later.